We are here together with Segawa sensei. よろしくお願いします。
My name is Shogi Segawa. Nice to meet you.
Thank you very much. We will have two commentators today. Michael, known as Shogi Kingdom. And we will have, well, I don't know how to name you, Colton, yeah, Nimyu, of course, everybody knows you as Nimyu, as well. We will have 4 games played at the same time. Currently we have 3 players here. Maybe we can ask quickly about how you guys feel about the games to come. Tuelip, if you can type it out. Lincoln, can you tell us? How do you feel today before the game?
Hey, I'm pretty excited about it. Of course, a bit nervous too, but hey, I'll do my best.
Bishop handicap for Lincoln. All right, and Hatuyuki will be 2-piece. Hatu, you gonna speak as well?
Sure thing. And hello. And thank you so much for the opportunity, Karolina Sensei. And thank you, Segawa Sensei, for accepting the invitation. So I'm really looking forward to it.
And Tuelip comment, he's gonna play also 2-piece. Tuelip is not actually the winner of TTM, he's player number 8. I'm gonna explain that situation later. He said, I am very scared and excited. We are currently waiting for the 4th player Potat, but I think we're gonna start the games. We are on Mars server if you guys wanna watch them live, but we're gonna comment and watch them on this channel as well. Yes, Lily, it's okay. So, shall we start? So please challenge Sensei on Mars server. Each of you, make sure you challenge the proper rule. And we're gonna change our overlay. それでは始めました。曲をお願いします。
じゃあ、よろしくお願いします。
Everyone, よろしくお願いします。Let's do our best.
お願いします。
お願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
最後の方もまだ来ていませんので、3曲でお願いします。
はい、了解。
Okay, everything's okay. All right, we can start the commentary. Ian is
okay.
Here. Nimyu, you hear that, right? I didn't hear you speak before.
Yep.
Yeah, okay,
yep.
good. Yeah, let's start. What do you guys expect from today? 4 games, 4 wins for the professional player, or?
No! Clicked on the wrong thing.
We have Bishop handicap, we have 2-piece, and eventually 4-piece. I personally think 4-piece might be the easiest one, right, to win. But when you get to 2 pieces, it gets really, really tricky. And Bishop handicap, it's really, really close to an even game, in my opinion. What do you think, Ian?
Yeah, I agree. I guess it's the thing with handicap is that even though the handicap giver is the stronger player, the handicap taker starts at an advantage, really like a winning position. And so as the handicap becomes smaller, the margin for error also becomes smaller.
Nimyu?
Not too much from me, because like I haven't like played as much of the handicaps.
So it's your first time even watching like handicap games, or?
I mean, like the best handicap games I've given is just like versus like absolute beginners, and I know like the crowd we have here not like at that level.
Meantime, hello Abigail, welcome everybody in the chat. We'll be happy if you guys will have some questions to Segawa Sensei at the very end of the stream. But of course, you can keep asking them during. We will gather them and ask at the end. If there is Rico, maybe you can set up some prediction for us so that people can play along. In the meantime, I think Potat is not there yet, fortunately. Seika, can you, could you, yes, please, thank you. This is better. So just to answer what Nimyu was saying, that he's not used to like handicap, it is really weird for a player who never played it before, because it's like something's missing, yeah? Let's think of normal game. If you get a rook, you will have 2 rooks, right? But in handicap, let's say bishop handicap, if you get a bishop, suddenly only one side have 1 bishop, right? So kind of the evaluation of the material becomes awkward as well, and those big pieces start to matter a lot. For example, we have those 2-piece handicap. If Segawa sensei, let me flip game 2. If Segawa sensei were to get a big piece in a game of 2-elip, suddenly they both have 1 big piece. So even though 2-elip had 2-piece advantage, suddenly it's even, right? It will feel even. So that's the tricky part about the handicap, and it's also very hard to comment on them as well. Which game should we take a look at first?
Well, they're all going very quickly, actually. They're all already past the 20 move mark, and the time control is like 40 minutes with 30-second Videomi. So I think it's quite a significant time control, but the games are all progressing at a very good pace. Yeah.
So it means the players made some preparations, perhaps?
Maybe. I think it's, yeah, but I don't know the answer to that, but...
Nimyu?
Oh, perhaps also like a level of nerves, because I know Hatu was like, before the start of this, was talking about like, oh man, like this is going to be so nerve-wracking, and I can understand that.
Certainly from the moves that are being played from Hatu's game and from Tulip's game, it seems like this Joseki of pawn to 4-5, or the 4th file Vanguard pawn Joseki. Unfortunately, I'm not really familiar with this at all. So I can't really say much about it, but I know it exists as a Joseki, and the fact that both players are playing it very quickly, to me that does seem to suggest that they've prepared it.
I'm wondering if we can get someone else to play Potat's game if she doesn't show up. I would say we wait 15 minutes, and then if we have some...
Should we do like a random drawing from the chat? Or?
Not random. For TTM, I also,
okay.
I said, everybody can say, I want the game, but the person with the highest final standing is going to get it. So for example, we have Pikras in the chat, and he has been number 3 in the tournament. So if Pikras would like to, if there is no Sevi Levita, was it? I don't see if number 2 player, if it's not there, then we could offer the game to Pikras instead, because it's pain, right? We are wasting time of a professional player, and we could as well get another person to play. This actually happened in the previous season as well, or the 2 seasons ago. Like we had a player didn't show up. It was pretty sad day. You ready, Pikras? Just log in, just in case, to the Mars server on your account, and stay tuned. We're gonna wait like 5 more minutes, and then and please tell me which handicap is the 4-piece okay for you. All right, let's take a look maybe at game number 1. What do we have here?
So Lincoln's game?
Lincoln's game. Sorry, I go. No, game number 1 is Lincoln's. We go highest game to lowest game, and we have the bishop handicap. Yeah. We are playing on Mars. Yes, 81 Dojo servers have the names of planets. So we have currently king on 7-3-2, which is normal position for the handicap giver, and the silver is on 2-2 to help reinforcing the 2-3 square. In meantime, Lincoln's position. Oh, the bishop is on a very strong 4-6 square, controlling the rook's ear diagonal. Wow. That reminds me of, I don't know if you guys remember, there was the ISF game between the winner of ISF and Fuji, D Fuji, and he played similar strategy, right?
I think so, yeah. And it's, I think also Light Today played
yes.
the Yagura strategy as well last time.
I'm actually not familiar. Like, there's not much Joseki, I guess, with bishop handicap because it's such a small handicap. But this shape comes up every time on our events. It may be worth remembering for you guys watching this.
Yeah, I've tried this kind of, like, I've tried a few bishop handicap games against Mifa, who is very strong. And I think I've had a lot of, or relatively more success using this strategy compared to other strategies, even though I'm not familiar with how to play Yagura, so I'm not really using it properly, I think. But something about it just feels good for bishop handicap. And I can't really explain it, but that's kind of just my feeling about it.
Is there a reason why we necessarily need to play Yagura? Is it because they're coming from the front, right? Simply speaking. Here.
Yeah, because there's the only attacking piece that or the most powerful attacking piece of the handicap giver is the rook, and the rook basically can only attack from the front, I guess, or it usually does, because usually the king goes to the side where the bishop isn't, because that's the easiest side of the castle, the bishop not being there to obstruct the castling. So then the rook often stays on the other side, and in doing so, it kind of is like sort of naturally going to be in a frontal position, I guess, for it. It's going to be attacking vertically. And Yagura is very strong, or it's hard of the head, so it's a good counter, I guess.
I will ask Nimyu what he thinks as well, but I just noticed we reached the 15 minutes mark. So I think we're gonna have Peak join us then. Potat is offline, unfortunately. Just how do I convey it?
One of the things that I'm like noticing from a handicap game is that after some point, the handicap giver doesn't really have a lot of ways to play like those like small positional improving moves, because after this point, there's very little that I think can be done to improve like the bishop handicap side, whereas Lincoln here still has the chance to like bring the gold over to the left, perhaps even Anaguma, ideas like that. And the control on the diagonal is like the biggest like point of tension right now. And since the gold has shifted to the center, though, this means that the rook can't defend here. So yeah, like exactly what happened right now. They're going to be focusing on the center.
I need to translate my message into Japanese. I don't have my Japanese keyboards on this computer. So, Peak, if you can challenge Segawa Sensei. I hopefully he's gonna accept it. If you could accept the challenge, the 4-piece. OK. 変わり、なんと言えば。違う人をさせてもらいます。ピクさんが4曲目に入ります。
はい。
お願いします。ピック、P-I-K、P-K。すぐ4枚落ち。4枚落ちですぐ挑戦が来ますと思います。はい、お願いします。残念ながら実戦トーナメントを勝った人がなんか来れなかったのでトップ3から人を選びました。
So it looks like game 2, Hatu's game is already
Game 2. Going to game 2.
Yeah. So I think the fight is
2-piece handicap.
if not, yes.
Yeah.
And in this game, if not already, I think the fight is about to start. So in the opening, what happened was Segawa Sensei did like a kind of like a climbing gold kind of thing.
This is Joseki, yeah.
Yeah, and the gold came up and captured one pawn, but there's always advantages. There's always a trade-off in shogi, and in this case, the gold is kind of like out in front. It's not really part of the castle. It's not really playing in defense, and it's kind of hard for this gold to move back. Like it's kind of there's a chance for it to become like a floating piece or a sobigoma.
I feel like you're drawing the arrows, so I'm enabling arrows because...
Oh, I can't draw the arrows because I'm a guest in that,
sorry.
on that
Okay,
window.
anyway, I enabled just in case.
Sure.
Oh, okay, Lily's drawing, so I'm gonna do the opposite then. Because usually for those events, I turn them off, so I'm gonna keep them off in that case. All right. So the gold is in front of the king, you said, and the attack is going to happen. We have pawn 5-5, and this is actually by attack starting. You mean Tuelip just played pawn 4-4, right?
Are you? I was talking about Hatu's game.
Oh, sorry, Hatu's game.
Yeah,
oh my.
Yeah.
Oh my. Tuelip is actually TTM, so game number 3 you meant, yeah? I think you said game number 2.
Oh, sorry. I got confused.
Hatu is from TTSeries, so even though he's one down,
I see.
even though he's one down, he's
I see.
actually
Sorry,
from
that
the...
was sorry. I got confused there.
Okay, let me show the chat game, Hatu's game from the beginning. So we have 4-5 pawn, yeah. And we had this gold. You said the gold escaped the king. Okay, now it makes more sense because in the other game Segawa
in the other game doesn't
also captured a pawn. So I was like, oh, maybe that's what he meant. But this is actually a shape that often happen in our TTQ Lady Pro teaching games. I don't know if you guys watched on YouTube. I commented on them pretty excessively. So this is called Twins Silver Tandem. I'm not sure why is it called tandem. It's what it's called in Japanese, basically. And I mean, there's 2 of them. That's probably why it's called tandem. But Hatu is sacrificing the bishop right now, right?
That's right. Yeah. So, I think taking the pawn on 5-5 was a very good move. In that position, if Segawa Sensei captured the bishop immediately, then the other silver would be able to go up and join the attack. And then there's a danger that Segawa Sensei's position would suddenly collapse immediately.
Yeah.
But now in this, the situation is a little bit different because Segawa Sensei was able to drop a pawn in defense. So it's like a very small detail, but I think it could potentially have a large impact on this game.
Yes, I'm gonna show the guys. So this is the position after silver takes, but because we had here bishop takes, let's say pawn takes, this silver is not here yet. So we don't have that attacking power, and probably we can drop pawn 5-5 to continue, and it would arrive at the same position. But in this moment, we don't have to take it necessarily.
Yeah, the main thing about like this position is that since we don't need to take,
this is what happened.
There's like potentials with this, there's potential with this knight onto 6-5, I'd imagine, which can look to dislodge or disrupt this rook's attack and remove it from the situation.
Like block it off with pawn drop 5-7 or something.
Or bringing up the gold into defense. That's another option that I was looking at.
No, that's what was played actually. So Hatu's game is a little bit worrying because he's already at piece disadvantage. Bishop for silver is a piece disadvantage. But again, this is handicap game, so technically Hatu is silver up. Even though he sacrificed the bishop, he's silver up. If we calculate it. Okay, how about this time for real? Let's look at Tuelip's game, number 2.
Of course, yeah.
So
of course.
I will tell you what confused me because on move 41, we actually capture a pawn for free. So I was thinking you were talking about this position at move 41. And we also have this 4-5 pawn. The difference here is that we have the king castled on the left instead of in silver tandem, right? And this is more I would say, classical Joseki type of line.
Mhm.
Maybe let's give Nimyu some chance to speak about this position.
Comparatively to what Hatu is approaching with, what I'm seeing from Tulip is almost kind of scary feeling, since like if this rook like gets like sacrificed at all, this crab castle could easily become a very big trap for Tulip's position.
I agree.
As there isn't much place for their king to run from this kind of shape, especially with this pawn bearing down on 7-6.
7-6, being this in front. Yeah, for now the bishop is kind of blocking the king escape, if you think about it, in case of rook sacrifice, yeah?
Yes, and definitely this bishop is not really like a factor currently. I think that there's going to be a chance on the edge that it could become powerful, but currently this doesn't look so good.
So I also see that we are trying to attack in the center, so there's a possible bishop sacrifice in the center. But what I also like from Segawa sensei now, he played silver 5-4, and the idea is if we take this pawn on 4-3, perhaps gold can take it, and the piece that was sitting there doing nothing may join, although there is a little bit of risk in there.
I do agree. What I'm seeing like with something like that is that we can't bring the silver up to 4-4 in that situation, since the silver on 5-4 will support a 4-5 drop, and that would effectively kill that silver. So it effectively neutralizes the right side of the board almost in this sense, and the center looks very challenging to find a path through.
What about Ion? I have to call you one name. I keep calling you Ion Muse. You have too many names.
No, it's my fault for I should have one. I should have just stuck to one name.
ShogiKingdom, what do you think about this position?
Yeah, it's a very complicated position. There's a lot of pieces which are in contact with each other, and yeah, I agree with Nimyu's like general feeling that this could like when, especially in this kind of like complicated position, it might seem like the handicap taker has like a large advantage because they have 2 extra pieces, but in fact, like one small mistake could turn the game around completely. And so in that way, it also feels kind of scary to me.
I just showed one line on a stream, which is pawn promotion to 4-3. And let's say gold takes, we have pawn takes 5-5. And in this situation, you know, silver cannot take it because the rook will promote. So this is the type of risk I wanted to explain when you retake it with the gold. Yeah. Of course, if we take it with the gold, we talked about the bishop activation and bishop sacrifice. Yeah, bishop takes, again, we cannot retake it, and we gave a free gold, basically. Of course, in this whole variation, there's always a between move, which is pawn drop 4-5, blocking the rook, and this is what makes the situation complex.
Yeah, there's a lot to calculate.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What Tueli played was pawn drop 7-5. Interesting, going for the king's ear, right?
Yeah.
The idea is quite interesting. If gold takes, we just kill the silver.
Yes.
So this pawn is here forever.
The gold can't take it.
Even if the silver wasn't dying in this situation, I would argue that that just is such an awkward move that the gold just doesn't want to take in this kind of position. Or any position like similar to this.
Yeah, you would think that gold supporting the pawn on 7-6 would be a nice shape. But considering that this pawn on 5-5 is threatening, you cannot... he's actively like overloading this piece right now, both on 7 and 5 file. Really nice tactic from Tuelip. Let me look at the other games. The game with Peak, I'm gonna flash it on stream. It just started. There isn't much happening yet, so you're gonna come back later. Hatu's game getting quite interesting, but I think Lincoln's, they were the most stuff changed, so let's look there. it's quite, yeah, violent looking. So if we go back to the position we were before, which was pawn 7-5, I believe. Pawn 7-5, pawn takes, silver takes, we defended. It's move 46, and here we had the option of exchanging the silvers, but for some reasons we didn't. No, okay. So we might have visibly exchanged the silvers, but actually it doesn't work because the silver can be taken for free. So Segawa Sensei was forced to go back, and here Lincoln needs to continue attacking or like doing something. He decided to castle. Segawa started countering in the center. So this is very interesting timing for Segawa to counter in the center, move 51, right? Because the rook is not here. Yeah, it feels like we're a little bit late to come, but a battle started. We don't have the bishop, I see. We don't have the bishop to help attacking here. Okay, exchanges happen. Oh, silver drops 6-3. Let's talk about that. What's happening? Why did we drop the silver 6-3, Ion? Tell us.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I think my first instinct was silver drop 5-4. And so the idea behind this move is that the bishop goes back, then with pawn drop 5-5, it could potentially just like kill the attack entirely.
Yeah, we don't have pawn as Lincoln handicap receiver side, yeah?
Right. And I'm trying to figure out why this doesn't work, and I'm not really sure.
No, I was just thinking of simpler explanation of if we don't do anything, there is a silver fork, but...
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah. So there are quite a few things that are happening at this moment. So in addition to, first there is a silver fork, forking the rook and the gold. That's instant in the game. But there's also this very violent continuation of bishop takes, 2-2 promotes. And so if the king takes, the rooks get exchanged, and Lincoln would have like a rook.
We messed up their castle, and we have a rook in hand. Sabaki looks good, yeah.
Right. Yes. And our castle is very strong, and there's no. It's like it kind of feels like even though Segawa Sensei has a lot of pieces in hand, he's not really close to breaking the castle yet.
Yeah, 3 pieces
so it feels very good.
Almost like Anaguma in this situation, yeah.
Yeah. It's very much in Z. It's like ZZ or something. Even with like 2 or 3 moves, it's hard to see how Segawa Sensei could make a threat on such a solid castle. So bishop takes 2-2 promotes like a very violent continuation, and something that can't be ignored. So for example, something like silver drop 6-4 would not be a good move, because then the bishop, it would sort of play into that idea.
Also, in the situation of current game, right, silver drop 6-3, we can still technically exchange the rooks, right?
Yeah, so if the rooks are exchanged, then the silver could naturally move back into the castle, and the silver gold shape, like lining up like this, I think is actually surprisingly hard from the side. Like it doesn't really look strong at all. But I don't know. My personal feeling is that this shape can be a little bit underrated at times. I think it's pretty good in this position.
And I mean, simply speaking, we have one more general, so protecting the king. So we have 2 versus 3 situation instead of 1 versus 3. Little bit easier to survive. But in the game, we didn't sacrifice the bishop. We pushed 4-4 pawn, which wasn't taken because, again, rook exchange would happen, right? Possibly. So pawn drop 5-4, as you said, to break the block enemy's attack, we have to drop that pawn and block off their rook. But an attack is continuing. Pawn drop 4-4. And we sacrifice the bishop. Nimyu, how do you feel about this?
I'm feeling scared.
For which side?
For Segawa Sensei.
Do you see the drop? Silver drop for 1. As expected of King Lincoln.
I did agree with like Muse for a second there, like between the distinction of like 6-3 silver, or Ian Michael, I don't know which one to use, Shogi Kingdom. But yeah, the distinction between 6-3 and 5-4, I do like the idea of this lower shape as it gives potential for the king to be safer on if they have to escape to that side of the board. But there was like something more interesting perhaps with like taking the initiative or versus Gote in the position, because as you can see here now things are getting like really dangerous.
Yeah, so maybe Michael was right, and if we were dropped, like completely stopped the attack by silver drop 5-4.
No, I don't think. I think there had to be a reason. I think it's like, I don't know. I something tells me there's something wrong with this move. I just can't figure it out yet. But yeah, I think if this move was working, then Segawa Sensei would have played.
Nah, you're forgetting he's playing 4
Once
games
in a
at once and he's a human. It's very cute, but you're forgetting he's a human too. So don't doubt yourself, says champion. That's a very good nickname, a person of a nickname to take advice from. Yeah, don't doubt yourself, said the champion. So why is 4-1 so interesting is because we just gave a silver and we're gonna get a gold, so it's equal exchange, but on top of that we're gonna have a token, yeah, attacking the rook. This looks super exciting. The rook will come here and suddenly Lincoln's attack is unstoppable.
Yes, and if we take time to prevent that rook from coming over to here, Segawa Sensei will lose their rook, and though this silver is almost made in preparation for that, their camp looks very troubled right now.
Yeah, and also in comparison of Lincoln's solid defenses, it's just terrifying, as you said. All right, we have other games to look at, I believe. Which one should we take a look at? Tuelip is going for very strong attack, maybe, game 2. We had pawn drop 7-5, right?
Yeah.
And then exchanges happened. Oh, and silver took the 5-5 pawn. I mean, this is beautiful. The silver was on the right side of the board, pretty, as I like to say, useless. And it came back in the center. And on top of it, Tuelip decides to retake it with the bishop. And as we said, bishop activation is one of the problems in this game. So deciding to activate it. And Segawa Sensei cannot take it because the king will be very vulnerable without any golds around it, right? So we dropped 5-4 pawn.
Based on the way this game is going, the left side of the board looks like it is going to become very troublesome if Tulip sacrifices here.
So you would take the gold with the bishop, yeah?
Probably, yeah.
I'm pretty excited about move like silver drop 6-2 or something after that. It's immediately checkmate red, but probably not very good yet. But quite exciting because the king is alone and we can imagine those approaching moves. It's not a very good English translation. Muse, help me. How do you translate Yose into English? That's impossible, yeah?
I would just say like endgame moves.
Endgame. That's boring. Approaching moves sounds much more. Okay, but that's what happened. Tuelip showed some courage.
Straight line moves, maybe? I don't know.
No. Yose is endgame. Yeah. You're probably right, but approach gives this feeling of this tension rising because you're approaching the king. Yeah, unlike endgame, which is like a general
closing in.
Closing in. That's a good one. Yeah. Do you see the
this is a
move?
very... Here? Is there a winning
I don't
move?
know. Is there? You're the strongest one here, aren't you?
No. I think
I didn't.
something I would consider here was to play gold drop 7-4, and then after king to 5-3. Well, there are several ways to continue. There's like the knight could come in, but I think like the most barbaric way is to play like silver drop 6-4 and then chase the king back and then gold to 6-3, and threaten like silver to 5-3 promote. It's probably a little bit much here, but it's it's like a very straightforward line. It's like kind of not very nuanced. It's just kind of using brute force to try to coordinate the rook, the silver, and the gold.
What if we use
Uh,
silver to defend?
I almost feel scared.
Okay, yeah.
I almost
So
feel
the silver
scared
is with silver drop 5-2, then just exchange and then chase the king back again with a silver drop. And the attack will continue, I think. It's like if the king keeps getting chased back like this, it's very hard to.
I guess I was thinking because we're gonna promote, as you said, on 5-3, and then the king runs to, let's say, 3-1, and the rook gets activated. So I was thinking of moves like silver drop 4-4, trying to block the rook while protecting the 5-3.
Oh.
But then I imagine maybe there's a knight jump anyway, knight 4-5, and it's not really working. Sorry. But yeah. Oh, wait,
yeah,
that's what's happening. Gold drop 4-7-4 and knight jump. Sorry, Nimyu, yeah?
I was kind of believing that this might have been trouble for Tulip, actually.
Why? For Tulip?
Yeah, it feels like checking to chase, and it feels like we're not surrounding the king, and something about it climbing out of the right here.
It's coming.
I was
Something
thinking
about
that.
this seems strong.
Yeah. Bear Cups said something about entering king. I wonder if he meant this game.
I don't think it's entering king yet, but it's scary. I mean, there's definitely at least the psychological impact of like seeing this very unexpected move, and suddenly it's like, what's happening? It's like, did I evaluate everything incorrectly?
Also, I forgot to read, but Rika said something interesting. 2-piece gets hard because what it doesn't need to take time to make an attack, so they can try to force State to sacrifice major piece to get in. And that's the problem we said in 2-piece handicap. Once you sacrifice one big piece, we have nearly equal position. Yeah. So here it is. We have rook versus bishop. Yeah, and do we have enough attack to get the king? Although the king is climbing, we still have pieces that can come to pressure it, like gold 4-7. Not immediately, because it's gonna break the rook, block the rook. But we still have pieces that can come to help, right?
Absolutely, and I think that's why like this game is reaching its critical point, because in the next few moves, the clash is going to come to a head, and it's going to decide whether or not Segawa Sensei's king can enter, or whether or not it's going to be caught.
The only the painful part for Tulip is this gold on the left. It's just gonna be useless forever.
Yeah.
It's like you
dead.
exchange it for knight, perhaps, but it's also this one move is such a big thing. Guys, how about pawn drop? 3-6.
Yeah, that's the one I'm looking at the moment.
How about we protect the silver drop? It's a funny joke, yeah. How about we push the pawn to protect the silver drop? It's time where you laugh, guys.
Oh, sorry. I was too busy calculating.
Yeah, it's a mating one. So sometimes brain does this, yeah. Sometimes we say, oh, this looks complicated, and suddenly it's much easier than. Yeah, so how about pawn drop? Yeah, pawn drop next.
So pawn drop 3-6, the most natural defensive pawn if 3-4 walks into the other mate, or it creates its like own mate of silver drop 5-3. So
from that situation,
options, yeah.
I'm with pawn drop 3-6. What I was like looking at is that we're going to probably end up with king 3-4. We're going to end up with a silver drop to 3-5 anyways. The king has to run to 2-5, and that's where it gets tricky, because just playing to chase like pawn 2-6 feels like it could give an out, but perhaps pawn 2-5 would set up the knockout punch, because then the pawn will climb on the edge. Then
I think
it would be
it's
kind of a he-she setup.
I think we can just leave the king on the edge and promote the knight to 5-3 to get additional gold in hand and like checkmate it. Like we need just one more general, no matter silver or gold, and it's over.
Yeah, I think king to 3-4 allows a knight promotion, and then suddenly the rook begins to activate. So I'm wondering about something like silver drop 2-4 instead. That is working.
Sorry, which silver drop?
It seems maybe silver drop 2/4.
To defend, yeah, instead.
Yeah, just to it seems like weird, right? Like the silver is so far away from the king, but I can't see like a better way to stop the mate.
There is also, I don't know, pawn push to 5/4, 5/5. Sorry.
Oh,
It's like it looks like we're walking into a mate, but if we drop the silver on 5/3, we can walk to the other side. Actually, 3/4.
so if pawn to 5/5, then silver drop 3/5, and then king runs, and then pawn takes 5/5, aiming for knight promotion again.
Yeah.
But there's now it's like Uchifuzume.
It's very,
Oh,
very
so complicated.
tricky, yeah. I mean, it would require the most calculation because we're not using a piece to help. Guys, sorry. What about bishop drop 2/4?
Bishop drop 2/4 gives back the bishop after silver drop 3/5.
It's fine.
Um,
You cannot capture the king, right?
Yes, the bishop.
Takes.
The bishop would.
Don't we want to climb the king
Uh-huh.
after all?
I think without the horse, or without the bishop drop and making a horse, it'll be more difficult to actually enter the king, because having two silvers and a pawn, I'm not sure. The king is in front of his own pawn, so he'd be relying not on pawn drops, but on the silver drops to defend. I felt it wouldn't be enough, but maybe it is. Yeah.
I'm leaning towards what Karo is saying, though, because the bishop won't have the ability to, like, prevent the king from moving on the head.
Just let me make it straight. I'm just showing one move. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just forcing you guys to think for me. All right, so let's leave it to be, and let's be surprised later what Tulips comes up with. And let's look at Hatu's game, because there's a red piece on the board. And I think we were at pawn drop 5/4 and pawn drop 5/5 position, move 46. And let's go from there. They move the gold to go to the center. And we were attacking for 5 pawn drop. Oh my gosh, I would like to talk about all of them, but I will have to skip a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So many exciting things happening.
Silver 4/5 is an excellent attack, which would activate the knight, but it was ignored once more. If anything that Segawa sensei is teaching us today is like tenuki, like how to ignore the opponent's move and go for what I want instead, yeah? So do not take their piece that they want you to take, drop the pawn instead, yeah? Today we're seeing a lot of examples for that. Wait, Hatu actually gave away a gold for free, right? On move 58. I'm surprised he played rook 5/7, not 5/6 instead. But I guess maybe because the gold would escape and attack it. Yeah, maybe that's why. Like we gave away the gold for free. Okay, I'm at the actual position now. Okay, somebody comment. I'm gonna grab water. Woo!
Yeah, what do you think, Amy?
I don't know, Muse. What do you think? Okay, if it came down to like this position, I think that oh Jesus, I could use some water. If it came down to it, I feel like silver drop instead to 4/5, what perhaps could be more interesting as the center here. And as we want to keep our
Nimyu,
castle
I have to
sturdy.
stop you because game number 1 just ended.
Oh, don't worry, I'm dying here.
Just grab some water. Hi.
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。いや、ベリーストロングです。参りました。
Lincoln won actually.
I try my best.
いやー、これ日本当に攻めがすごくて。
Your attack was very amazing.
You mean? Thank you.
Lincoln, do you speak Japanese?
I didn't know it would work out that way, but luckily it did.
実際に、成功するかどうか最後まで分かりませんでした。
非常にすごい厳しく攻められて、いや、そのまま、
You didn't have to worry about this. Your attack was very good and severe.
されました。終盤が実に強くて、完敗でしたね。
Your end game was really, really strong, and it was my complete loss.
いやいや、ありがとうございます。
そうですね、今、58手目に7四歩、同金7六歩と攻めてきたんですけど、
On move 58, you dropped the pawn to 7-4, followed by pawn drop to 7-6.
Yes.
それが非常にうまい攻め方だったです。
It was really an amazing way of attacking.
Yeah, I just wanted to get the gold out of the defense there, out of the position.
この銀、金、離れることが欲しかった。
はいはい、その金を上ずらせた判断がとても良かったですね。
It was a really, really good judgment from you.
Thanks.
ありがとうございます。
いや、ちょっと乾杯であまり感想するところがないので。
So,
もう一曲。
hi. So Sensei is actually quite troubled. He cannot really teach you anything.
I understood that he can't.
Game. Yeah, I'm also translating it for the chat. Sorry. And would you like to play one more game?
Me?
Yeah.
Really?
もう一曲ということですかね。はい。Yes, if you'd like to, you can play. 大丈夫ですか？
はい。上のその81道場の、
はい、プラス1
というボタンを押すと、
Please push the rematch button, Lincoln.
再戦になるので。
It's the +1 button on top.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for on.
Hi. じゃあリンケンさんお願いします。
お願いします、リンケン。Yeah.
はい、お願いします。
So we didn't have enough time to look at the game, but maybe I can come back quickly. Disappeared. No. Okay. Yeah. We should look at it, right?
Yeah. Wow. What an amazing game.
Oh, this is. Anybody has the link? I'll have to log in. Okay.
Would it be on the key?
Yeah, I'm opening it, yeah. Refresh.
How should I send you the link?
I'm faster.
I can put it in.
I already did it,
oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
You already picked Mercy.
Stop it. I didn't play Overwatch in a very, very long time. Okay, my 81 is just loading very slowly. The other games are like we were talking about Hatu's game, which I was the most excited about with the red piece. But okay, maybe let's see how the game ended. You guys cannot really see my screen, eh?
Oh. Yeah, the overlay is not. It's like kind of.
It's annoying. It's annoying. It's annoying. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly load it. My experience of clicking to load Bishop handicap, of course. I'm so sorry, totally unprepared for today. All right, so we had this brilliant bishop 5-5, this 4-1. So we were talking that the talking on for free promotion was totally over for a handicap giver, right? The rook was given away for free and therefore dropped on the back rank. Oh, bishop drop 2-6 was a brilliant counter from Segawa sensei, but silver is hanging, so he had to drop his last attacking piece in defense, and this was the most crucial time for Lincoln to find a winning move, and that was to escape with the knight that was under attack. This is beautiful. I see now why sensei was a little bit why he said it was a complete loss. Those moves are just perfect from Lincoln. So he tried climbing, tried running away, but oh, gold drop 3-3, giving away, to silvers. And then how do we approach the king or close into the king? Yeah, beautiful. Look, we're using the last piece that we need. Yeah, we need 4 attacking pieces. We have 5 now, but so beautiful, activating the rook while attacking the opponent's piece. And de facto we can get 2 dragons, but instead, this shape looks a little bit similar to Tulip's game, right? King on 4-4, knight on 4-5. This is why, guys, you should train Sume Shogi. Once you know one pattern, it's gonna keep on appearing. You're gonna hate yourself you didn't learn the moves. And oh, this is where Sensei resigned. So why did he resign? Michael, Ian, Muse, Shogi Kingdom, you tell us.
So it seems like at this point there's a threat mate with Dragon of 5-3, which is very, very difficult to stop. I think the only way that materially makes a difference is with a gold drop to 5-2. But in that case, I think the dragon. Well, there are many ways, but like even if the dragon just captures the knight, I think it's quite difficult. For example, if like the horse tries to take the 3-6 pawn to put pressure on the attacking pieces, after dragon takes 3-2, sorry, then the dragon could just come down to 3-3, check the king, and when the king escapes, dragon takes 3-4. Would be a fork that wins the horse. So the game would be over.
I'm just wondering if there's something more forceful after gold drop. Maybe there is silver drop 5-3. The king runs and we just take the gold.
No. Oh, I see. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that would be a better way to finish the game.
Abigail mentioned the same line. Yeah. In this type of moments, I'm just explaining it to any beginner who wonders why such a weird looking move is good. Like, we are having the control over the square, and the only thing that's bothering us in this gold. So naturally, if we find a way to eliminate it, it becomes easier to see the position. So this is why this feels good, for strong players to play those moves. All right, let's go back to the actual game. And in the meantime, I guess we need to look at Hatu's game, Hatu Yuki's. We are supposed to comment on it, and something happened. So I was saying that he lost the gold for free. Then continued attacking beautifully, though. Yeah, chasing the king. Oh, he sacrificed the rook later, yeah? Okay, this is the rook sacrifice moment. Nimyu, how do you feel about this? You're the master of weird positions.
When I was looking at it, when Hatu played silver 4-5, I was thinking instead that silver drop to 4-5 perhaps could have been more useful, as now Hatu is left with just a gold and a knight in his castle, and this feels very weak. And like things are just falling apart. Whereas like if we use the drop, perhaps then like the camp could have been a bit more safer. In the end, also Segawa Sensei again used the Tanuki to put a lot of pressure onto Hatu here after like silver takes on 5-4. Like the rook was threatened very deeply there. Hatu is definitely setting up a
Yeah, I
very
just wanted to
potent
point out
piece.
that if he did what you said, which was to drop the silver, he would have one less silver in hand currently. And it wouldn't be a checkmate threat, right? Now we are threatening. Oh, wait, am I miscalculating? No, it's gold drop first, yeah?
No, no.
Gold
Yeah,
drop first.
yes. Gold drop was a great move because silver drop would not be a threat mate. Where
No,
gold
I was
drop
thinking
does
the
make a
next
threat mate.
move is actually like the threat mate is silver. Silver to 6-3 doesn't work, right?
No, yeah, because you need to keep the silver in
So we
hand, so
need
it
the
should be
gold.
gold drop
Yeah.
6-3.
Because we need this diagonal movement here. So yeah, we needed the gold to be in hand, and because of that, the king is weak. But Hatu, I would say, is taking a risk here. He's saying, I have enough pieces to capture your king, and my king is resistant enough. But Michael, Ion Muse, Shogi Kingdom, is this true? Is his king resistant enough?
At the moment, I don't think this king is a threat mate, but it's pretty close. And the thing is, like, this is very clearly endgame, right? So it's like it's one move, and it's going to be decided by
Okay,
the
I'm
difference
gonna
of one
give you a
move.
move. 5-6 horse.
But then it's just like silver drop simply.
Yeah, but then you don't have a silver.
Yeah, but then you don't have a silver.
But if it depends on like if you take it, it's I guess if you take it, it's not a threat mate. But if I was thinking if you escape, then with the gold drop, like it would just be continuing to be making threat mate after threat mate, and if you allow the silver drop, it's making the king stronger, right? So I think after silver drop, you'd have to take it with a horse, and then after it takes, I don't think that makes threat mate.
Let's see. So silver drop to 4-7,
very
and let's
close,
say
yeah.
horse to 6-6, attacking the gold. So forcing a little bit of.
So,
You want to
yeah.
continue threat mate. So 6-3 golds, let's say.
Yeah. Mhm.
King, where is the most natural? 6-1.
And then the other gold
The
can come in and
gold,
take the
yeah.
knight.
So this is a checkmate threat. If the king were to escape, we
And
promote
then
the
the
silver.
pawn would promote.
will
Yeah.
promote. So this is unescapable. So let's go twice back to not allow them to take a token. Now the question is the horse taking the gold troubling enough?
So giving the bishop, I don't think it gives a threat mate to Hatu.
What do you okay, so you go back. You say this position is
Yeah.
winning for Hatu. So we should go
I think
back
so, yes.
and we should actually take the silver.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't give a win to Hatu, actually. Because before we had gold, silver, it was a checkmate. Now you're saying with bishops gold, it's not for Hatu.
Yeah, I could be missing it, but it's,
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't see it.
explaining it to the chat, what you're explaining.
Oh, yes, sorry. Yeah.
So let's say rook drop somewhere to make a check again. I don't know where is this square.
Oh, I thought
Yeah?
king takes would be better than
King
gold
takes.
takes.
Okay, let's see king takes.
Yeah. Because if gold takes, there's like a rook drop that can just capture the silver.
Yeah. So rook drop, yeah. Here. So let's say we set up something. I don't know, silver drop. I don't know, 5-9. So here we have to calculate. Does Hatu have a winning variation, a forceful tsume or not? That's what we were talking about. So in here, because it's not a silver, bishop drop to 6-3, let's say. We just escape, yeah. And previously we were talking about gold drop, 6-3. King also can escape, right? If you drop the bishop here, king goes left. If you drop the bishop here, king goes right. It's not a mate. Chat is pointing out that Segawa sensei made his move, which is silver drop to 2-9.
Oh.
I was thinking about what you said,
wow.
that the rook drop will take the silver. So I was wondering if there's another line that might lead to the same outcome, and turns out there is, and it's beautiful. So, my dear chat, I know Muse and Nimyu already know what's the meaning, but rook drop to 5-9 will completely make Segawa sensei's king very safe. And the reason why this is so painful is because we talked before, had to sacrifice rook 10 the bishop, and suddenly we're playing opposite, reverse two-piece handicap. So had to not having any continuation will be his loss here, right? If he allows that silver to be taken, it's gonna be hard to capture enemy king. It's gonna be hard to win the game, therefore leading to a loss. Okay, so let's leave Hatu alone because he's spending time. And we never looked at Peak's game, right? Let's look at Peak's game, number 4.
No.
I'm gonna just fly from the opening. We have 4 piece. 4 piece meaning we're missing the lances on top of the 2 big pieces. And Peak, for the guys who joined late, Peak didn't prepare for it at all. Peak was just called. He was watching the stream and he's like, I was like, hey, Peak, do you want to play a game? And he's like, sure. And here we are. He beautifully was threatening to promote the bishop on 5-1 square and managed to promote the rook early. Beautiful. Attacking 2 golds. Okay, attacking. Oh, I have to point out the move 44. Pawn push 4-6, attacking the attacking piece. This is a really good tactic for defense. He didn't rush to attack. This is very rare, actually. This is 8Q, really. Really, really rare. You don't rush. You have winning advantage. You don't rush. You defend everything, yeah. Okay, I said he didn't rush, but in the end, he ended up rushing. But here, yeah, for example, we could have taken the knight and try something else. But here, we are attacking. We're checking away the gods. There's a proverb. Muse, Shogi Kingdom, what's the proverb about the gods in the defense?
There's no defense without a golden hand.
Exactly. Without a god, yeah. Just without a god. Okay, I came to the move.
Oh, is that? Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. Kin nashi, uke nashi. So without gold, no defense. It means golds on the board and boards in the hand. What do you guys think about the current position?
I think it's winning for Peak.
Peak, yeah.
Currently,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Why is it so?
The dragon is just like a very severe attacking piece in this kind of situations, and the king feels kind of lonely. Like the thing is that the dragon by itself is not going to be able to catch the king, but Peak also has 2 golds in hand, and now Peak just took the knight as well, so 3 pieces in hand. That's a very, as well as like the pawn and even the silver on 6-6 that could potentially play a role in some variations. So it's a very formidable attacking army, and it should be enough to catch the king.
So my only problem here, I think Nimyu will agree. What about the sitting king? Nimyu, you there? Yeah, you're there. Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah. I think the sitting king in its current position is fairly safe. I think it's a little bit more balanced than what Muse is suggesting, though I did think that that a gold drop onto 6-4 could be problematic here.
Another game
Cutting
ended.
off a lot of the king stuff.
Oh, Peak is attacking. Beautiful. We're gonna come back to this game later, but Hatu's game ended. We were looking at the silver drop. Hatu ended up escaping upwards and unfortunately walked into 3 moves made. So Hatu, if you would like to join us in here.
Sure, I just unmuted the whole chat. I kept reading the whole Fortin board over and over again, and for some reason I unread something that I read.
It happens, yeah. Don't worry. The most important step now is Sensei is gonna give you something to reflect on that matters, yeah?
Indeed. Thank you very much. Although I feel that I think either way, if it's a losing game, probably. Or was it?
感想戦にやりますか、先生？
はい、大丈夫です。そうですね。今2枚の方とてもうまく指していたんですけれども、 えっと、そうですね。まあ、
残り時間にも気をつけてね。
4四歩同銀に5五角と来たんですけど、
何手目すみません。
そうですね。42手目。
42 42nd move, bishop takes 5-5. Yes, はい。
まあ、普通に銀できた方がおすすめですかね。5五銀と。
He would recommend to you instead on move 42 to take the pawn 5-5 with the silver.
I
で、まあ、
see.
そうですね。同銀、同飛車。で、5四歩に、まあ、5九飛車と下に引いておいて、
So this is the variation, and then you move back to the back rank instead.
まあ、これで銀を手持ちにして、何か、そうですね、攻める順を考えた方が、なんか角を残した方が、
So in this situation, you get the
Right.
silver in hand, which means you will have some. You will be able to continue thinking of attacking variations, and he basically recommends, in this situation, you still have the bishop on the board. It's perhaps more comfortable than to exchange it.
10秒。
I see. Thank you very much for the advice.
Thank you very much.
実はその角のギラっていうか、
ただ、
そうですね。はい。
でもう一つでも、まあ別に本譜苦しかったわけじゃなくて、この6九角と打たれた57手目の局面で、
はい。
これ5七飛車と置いて、まあ、7八角成と金を取らしたんですけど、でもまあここ金守っといた方が、まあ例えば普通に6八飛車か、あるいはもう飛車を渡しちゃうんで6八金と寄る手もあります。
はい。
So I would
Yes.
just ちょっと見る
Sorry,
人
yeah,
に
apologies. Yeah.
通訳します。So the sensei is recommending that in the position of bishop drop, rook to 5-7 was a mistake perhaps, and protecting of the gold or protecting of the rook is much more favorable.
でもまあこの飛車が交換なら、飛車打たれてもそこ風受けたりすれば硬いですし。
There is an anchor pawn defense, so it's a solid defense in case of rook drop.
そうですね、金をやっぱりタダで取らせてしまったのが一番、そうですね、それでちょっと形勢を損ねてしまったかもしれないですね。
So the biggest mistake in this position that had to give away a gold for free, which was, well, a big material difference, and was very painful perhaps.
20秒。1、
はい
2、3、4、5、6、7。
そうですね。Because should I reply in English or Japanese?
You can say in Japanese, yeah?
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. So for
10秒。
57点目なんですが、ここは速度重視
速度重視。
で行こうと思って、
20秒。
飛車を引いては、なんか、
3、
あとがややこしくなるんじゃないかなと考えて、その飛車を前に出るようにしましたが、そこがやっぱりいけなかったんですね。なんかさ、40数点目のところと同じく手が高かったわけではないんですよね。なんか急ぎすぎたっていう感じでしたでしょうか。
はい、そうですね。やっぱり金、なんか7八の金をタダで、そうですね、取らせてしまったのが少し、この場合はちょっと大きかったですね。
はい。
当然取らせる判断も場合によっては正しいんですけど、この場合はでも 多分一番いいのは飛車を取らせる6八金と寄る手が、良かったかなとは思いますね。
そうですね。
うん
やっぱり最速した方が良かったかもしれないです
で
ね。
も終盤非常に鋭く迫って、最後でも2九銀こう取っておけばまだまだ長い戦い逃げてこう飛車取って
そうですね。
これでもまだまだ一波乱ある将棋だったと思うので。
So generally, we come back to the previous point that the gold being taken away was the biggest issue in this game. But even at the very end, if Hatu were to take the silver and escape the king to the edge, the fight would still continue.
10秒
Understood. ここでは、この世の変換となると、自分ではどうにもならないと思って、何度もその逃げる筋を読み直しましたが、なんか、最初はトンシっていうか、普通に出たのは知ってたんだけど、なんか、なんか最後の最後でやっぱり察してしまったという感じになりました。だからすごく申し訳ない感じになりました。
でもないです。
Yeah.
Hatu did a very Japanese thing, and he apologized for misreading the final sudden death situation. But I think you don't have to worry about this. It was a great game. We're very excited about it.
Thank you very much.
You should stay here and translate for me.
10秒
Let's look at Tulip's game because it is behind me.
20秒 1
Oh, PM is very, very tough.
4
So I'm not gonna go back. We're just gonna look at what happened. The king is on 2-2, so see he somehow managed to climb back. Oh my, what's happening? The rook is on 9-1 in the corner. The bishop is in Sensei's hand. So with only lance in hand, are we able to break through is the question.
20秒 1 2 3 4
30 seconds is a little bit difficult. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah. So Tuelip is calculating that he's faster and he's going for talking attack. I assume still lance drop to 3 at some point will be good. I believe the talking is just a guarantee in case king goes to the corner. It can...
Yeah, I'm not sure that king takes 4-3 is a threat mate. It might be.
20秒 1 2 3 4 5
Yeah, I was thinking here,
Oh,
if the
but
lance drop
was
king
not.
1-1, maybe then we can take 4-3. But again, as you said, it's not threat mate. It will take 2 more moves, right, to find a checkmate. Gold takes, I think gold takes, pawn takes, king takes. We just take the silver way faster. Because the dragon can come and sandwich this king. So yeah, king 1-1. Guys, how beautiful this lands from the opening, like preparing for Anaguma in the end game. This is just
Thanks
crazy.
for Anagama.
10秒
Sheesh. Is that what young people say? Sheesh. For free talking. So now the question is, if gold takes, of course, the dragon can take the silver, but this is the moment of playing a different move. We have 2 moves that we can spend on creating a Hishi. Sensei instead. Yeah, I'm just gonna explain to the chat because what we're trying to do is take and then take. So we have 2 moves. that Gote can make in the meantime. So if Gote makes a checkmate threat, like here, if we take, this is a mate. So we're one move faster for Gote. So Tuelip wanna create a situation where he's able to play 2 moves. And if he doesn't, if the king will be checkmated before, he will lose. I don't think there's a defense for Sensei necessary. I mean, there are some complex things I could complicate. Oh, nice.
I think in this position,
But simply speaking, we want 2 moves of leaving space. Yeah? Eon Muse Shogi Kingdom.
I think instead of king move, there might have been a checkmate.
Oh,
You mean for Tuelip there was actually a mate, or
Yes.
10秒
how?
So taking the lamp. Oh, sorry, taking the knight first.
Oh, I see. I would like to show that line. Okay, so we take the...
20秒
So what Eon is saying is that actually it wasn't 2 moves, it was actually faster. Like this would lead to a mate somehow. That's what Eon is saying.
And the knight draw.
Now the question is, would you be able to read that in 30 seconds? So if you're not able to, you have to choose this variation, because you have to assume the other variation is not made, and you have to go for the safer road. That's how it works, kinda. The endgame logic. You of course can gamble like many people do. Well, it feels like Tsume, so I'm gonna play it, yeah. But practically speaking, it's not the best thing to be doing, yeah. Especially if this line is winning, it would be a very, very wasteful thing to do.
Yeah, this line is also line to the plate. The king is kind of escaping now. It's going. I feel like it has like space to run now a little bit, so I think it's still winning. But yeah.
yeah. The value of the token feels very diminished now.
I would actually just peek at Peak's game. Jesus. So what?
Peek.
Peak. Yeah. I have
Peek.
I have like a déjà vu moment for a moment. Okay. So we had the knight drop, we had the gold drop, we had the silver drop, we had the check. So at a glance, who's winning? Nimyu.
But
Okay. Eon.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Why is it?
I think it's because there might be a checkmate.
Yeah, very good. I'm proud of you. That was a test. All right. So there is a chance for picking this position. Chat, you can think about it too, but we're gonna jump to Tuelip because...
oh,
no, what is this move? Pick now! It didn't happen. It didn't happen.
1 2 3
Okay, so Tuelip managed to get additional move in. Exciting. Exciting. Does it mean that the game is over? I mean, this position, yeah? 2 freelance, talking 3-2, dragon on 9-1, and gold in hand. I don't think it's possible to defend that.
I don't think so. It's too much.
I dare you, chat. Say it's possible. Yeah.
I think it's technically defendable, but it would be he, she.
Oh,
so,
it's
like, not
simple. You just
defendable.
have to knock out your opponent. It's very simple.
負けました。
I have lost, yeah? Tuelip さんはテキストだけで話します。So, Tuelip, please type.
Nah.
先生は普通にしてもいいんですけど、Tuelip さんはマイクなしなんで。Tuelip, if you'd like to type in, what would you like to say? I can translate. それでは感想戦をお願いします。
じゃあそうさ、じゃあ56手目に7四金という手を指したんですけど、
You drop the gold on 7-4?
7四金の代わりに、まあ、4五桂と跳ねれば多分分かりやすく優勢だったですね。
If you instead jump the knight to 4-5 first, probably you had easier to understand a winning advantage here. なるほどと書きました。
ただその後そうですね、ちょっと上手のこちらのペースになったと思ったんですけど、この62手目の2八銀はなんとか非常に根性のある手というか。
How to help?
いい手。
How to?
Yes, I'm here.
Please
So
help.
for 60,
粘りのある手で。
68手目ですか
62。
そうですね、62手目に2八銀。
はい、2八銀。はい、わかりました。
2八銀、これは、まあ、3七角を防いだ手なんですけど、なかなか指せないというか、非常に粘りのある手で、これはいい手でしたね、非常に。
Oh. So for the 60-second move, 2H silver, I think since I believed your move was very defensive, it's like very, you showed a strong grit that you wanted to stay in the game, and it's like a very, very good move.
Resistance, perhaps. Yeah.
Resistance, yeah.
A sticky move.
Sticky move, yes, nebari, yeah.
でも最後、そうですね、3八角に4八玉と上がった手はいい手でしたね。詰みを防いで。
So which move was he referring to?
110. If you go to follow the latest position, you can see it actually.
自玉の届けて、最後3二とがちゃんと間に合ったので。
So you were able to make up, to stay ahead with the Tolkien's move.
So 4-8 king was a very good defense because it made you gain additional tempo and free to Tolkien, basically. Very good decisive move.
終盤最後ちゃんときっちり読み切って、すごいいい内容だったと思います。
In the end game, you did really well reading it all clearly. You did very amazing job. で、タイプなんだ。Thank you. I was unsure if it was good after I played it, but I found it might be good. Thank you so much. This means, how do I translate? This means a lot to me.
That's a very good question.
トゥエリプさんが本当にありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
なんか大変有意義な内容だと思います。大変勉強になりましたと。
と書きました。はい。ピック。はい、最後の一曲。Thank you, Hatu.
Thank you.
ピックさんもでも最後を詰まして、はい。綺麗に詰まして、お見事でしたね。
ピック also did find that checkmate at the end. Really, really good job. Piku actually is not in the Zoom call, I believe. So, sorry, Piku, you would have to. ピックさんもここにいませんので。
はい。で、そうですね、31手目に3四歩と僕が受けて。
On move 51, Sensei dropped 3-4 pound.
ここからの攻めがすごいとても良かったです。2四歩から、そうですね、棒銀の攻めで。
Your climbing silver attack was really, really good.
で、3三銀受けたのにもちゃんと角を切って。
And even though I defended with silver drop 3-3, you sacrificed the bishop and promoted your rook.
で、飛車を成り込んできて、 それで棒銀の攻めも成功して、
And therefore, your climbing silver is considered to be successful in this position, yeah? Pick if you have any questions, yeah, just type it out and we will translate.
ただ60点もここで
On
1
move
六歩とついたんですけど、
60, you push the edge pawn, pawn 1-6.
この手はちょっと、そうですね、ちょっと一手の価値としては小さいので、
So the value of this move is low, yeah?
すぐ攻めることを考えた方が良かったですね。
Instead, it would be better to think about an attacking move.
例えば3三銀打ちに
For example,
同金
gold
取って、
takes,
同銀ならば
retakes,
5二銀と打つような、
in type of variation like this, 5-2 silver drop.
4二玉なら4三金で詰みですし、
If king goes down, it's a mate.
5三玉も3三竜と取れますので、
If he goes sideways, you can also take the silver with your dragon.
攻めが続くので、この方がより早く勝てたので、
And your attack was successfully continuing, so in this way, in this position, therefore, was a better variation to play.
この方がより良かったですけど、まあ本譜も、ね、最後ちゃんと詰ましましたし、はい、それも良かったと思います。
So even though you had like easier way to win here, Sensei thinks that in the actual game you also found mate, you also won. So very, very good job. I was thinking bishop would allow me to take my god. 隅が見えませんでした。なんか先に5に金打たないといけない。で、
そうですね、が見えなかった。
その時、5に金刺した時に心配のは1五角王手金取りでした。はい。
はいはいはい。なるほど、王手金取りを防いだんですね、1六歩は。なるほど。
Sensei understood that your pawn push was in order to defend the bishop drop. In the meantime, sorry chat, I forgot to scroll down. I was missing your messages. In the opening, I think I messed up with my left silver. 序盤でなんか左の銀がちょっと問題になったと。で、角なんか左から止めるっていう形になってしまった。
はいはい。その6六の銀ですかね。まあでもそこまで悪い形ではないので。
It's not such a bad shape, according to Sensei.
うまく右の銀で攻めて、まあ、リカバリーしたと思います。
And you used your right side silver very well instead to attack, yeah?
まあでも左銀がいまいちという感覚はすごいいいと思いますね。はい。
But you have a good sense about the silver. Indeed, it's as you say. ありがとうございましたと書いて。
ありがとうございました。
で、最後なんか日本語で素晴らしい。それ最後は
じゃあそうですね。リンケンさんは引き分けに。
So、リンケン、引き分けてできますか？
いや、ここでち ちょっと僕が投了をじゃあ。
So Sensei will resign in Lincoln's game because we run out of time, and we will consider it being a draw. Yeah.
タイムで。
Yeah, sure.
です。
ありがとうございました。
最後に何か
ありがとうございました。
質問ね。So,
いやでもリンケンさん非常に強いですね。
Lincoln, you're very
いやいや
strong here.
現在の局面はちょっともう苦しくなってるので、
It's already very tough for me in this position.
この粘り強さもあって、
粘り sticky moves. Your resistance is very strong.
多分4段以上はあ
I
り
can use the absence of the bishop for attacks that would usually counter it. My problem is though I'm attacking basically nothing because there's no bishop to attack.
角がないので、なんか普段無理な攻め筋が成功する。そうですけど、その上で角がないので、攻める駒が私が攻めたい駒がないという。はい。In the meantime, chat if you have any questions, and the participants, if you have any questions to Sensei, now is the time. 質問集めます。皆さんから。Now is the time. Questions like, how do I improve at Shogi? Or how do I play this or that opening? Anything you would like to ask? チャットからお疲れ様でしたと書いてあります。はい、あとはLincoln to Elip, Hatu, you don't have any particular questions? And also Ion or Nimyu, if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
I think it's all good from my side, and yeah, ご指導ありがとうございました。
どうもありがとうございました。
大変勉強になりました。
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hatu. I mentioned above. Hitori Tulip. Tulip の対局について質問があって、54点目。
54点目。
リリー、Tulip。そうか。
I was wondering about Hatu's game on move 66.
Wait. First, let's do Lily's comment, which is 54点目。
64。
角、木の取るではなくて、5に銀打ちはどうですかという質問が来た。
いや、5二銀もいいですね。これもいい手です。
It's also a very, very good move.
この方がいいかもしれないか。
It's perhaps even better, yeah.
確かに。同玉6四角は困ってるし。
If you take it with the king, the gold is taken quite worried.
で5三玉は
4五桂 king is knight jump.
ちょっと困るので、
also worried.
確かに5いいですね。よりいいです。
Sensei thinks it's much better move.
強い。そうですね。ちょっと見えてなかったですね。
今日とさされたリンケンさんは私のコミュニティの中一番強い人でした。で、今この5に銀打つを進めた手は多分一番強い女性の方でした。
でも皆さん本当に強くて、カロリーナさんの教えがいいんだなと思いました。
いやみんな自分で頑張ってる。So Sensei thinks you guys are really, really strong. I mentioned Lincoln is the strongest player and Lily is one of the strongest women. He's very impressed. He said it's all to my teachings, but I said no, you guys do yourself.
Well, I don't think I'll win season 9, is it now?
Yeah, 9. Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Ken Sensei recommend
Malco has been improving a hell lot of fast recently. I don't think I can beat him anytime soon.
もう一人多分
Let's
今
see.
日本にいるドイツ人がいて奨励会員とたくさん勉強しているのでもしかして強くなったではないかという話。Maybe very specific Ken Sensei で今このドイツ人が質問、大阪今日本にいるから大阪でなんか住める場所があるか
そうですね、僕東京なんで。
Sensei is from Tokyo, so
でも通天閣というところに
通天閣メルコル It's the name of the place.
まあ有名な観光地なんですけど、
tourist place.
通天閣の下に一応なんか将棋を指してる人たちがいるというのは聞いたことがあります。
And under there, apparently, maybe there are some people playing shogi there.
まあもしいなかったらすいませんけど。
If he's wrong, he's apologizing. But... はい、であとはカピタンルーニーという人が In the comment different players time management looking at トゥエリプさん確かになんか秒見に入ったのでまあちょっとこの質問私が変わります。このタイムマネジメントこの時間の管理、
はい
アマチュアの方にとってどうすればいいんですかね。何がおすすめですか。
時間の管理。
秒見入るかとか、最後までちょっと時間残すかとか。
まあ理想を言えば、やっぱ相手より少し時間がある状態で終盤に入るのがいいですけど。
So I asked a little bit different question, and Sensei is explaining that ideally in the end game you would like to have a little bit more time than your opponent.
まあただ。まあ実際はそううまくいかないので苦しくなったりするとどうしても考えなければいけないので。
But there are times, practically speaking, it was ideally, but practically speaking, there are times where the position gets hard and you need to use the time.
まあなので、まあ、秒読みになっても、もう時間いっぱいしっかり考えて、まあそれで悪いとさせてしまったらまあ仕方ないと。
So he recommends you actually do use your time even if you fall in Biomi, that you make good decisions. And if it happens, you play a bad move because of time pressure. It just happens.
でもトゥアリップさんは今日の将棋は秒読みの中で非常に終盤、いい手を指してました。
In the case of Tuelip, even though he fell into Biomi, he did play very, very strong moves in endgame.
まあなのでやっぱ集中したその感覚というか、気持ちを忘れないでまあ秒読みを恐れないで、さってもらえればと思います。
So Sensei recommends you keep concentrating on the moves, keep concentrating on the thinking, and do not be afraid of the byoyomi. Okay, thank you for the answer. All right. あと、Ion, do you have questions? Like I think Nimyu said he doesn't have Tuelip. Tuelip had one, sorry. How would you recommend I get better learning how to spot good ways to break? Tuelip さんからブレイキントカンプさばくのかな。どうやって勉強すればいいんですかね。このさばくのこと、この相手の陣地日本語忘れたもん。相手の側にこの入ること、どうやってこのいい入り方、そう攻め方、どうやってこれを勉強すればいいんですかという質問。
まあでもなんかまあ僕たちというか自分のことで言えばやはり強い人たちの将棋を、まあ見るのがいいかなと思います。
He recommends you watch games of strong players,
そうですね、プロの、まあそうですね、プロの寄付を見たり、
professional player games.
こういった81道場とかで自分より、まあ、上の段の方の攻め方とか、
Or even on 81 dojo, people who are ranked
ね、
higher than you, watch how they attack.
まあ、あとは実践でもうトライアンドエラーで
Mm.
繰り返していくことかなとは思いま
And
す
of
ね。
course, in the end, all you can do is in your practice game, do trial and error, try it all out, and learn from your mistakes. いいですね。素晴らしい。わかりやすかった。すいません。言っちゃダメかな。はい。ちょっと感動した。Okay, Ian, do you have any question?
Sure. I have a question. I'm not sure if it might be a little bit strange, but my question is, I guess I would like to ask Segawa Sensei, what he thinks the role of optimism is in
Oh my god,
in
optimism.
playing shogi.
What is optimism in Japanese?
楽観的思考
No.
ポジティブに考えること。
あ、ポジティブ。
が、
うん
この将
楽
棋の中
観
の
的な。
役割、
だから、
があるかとか。これ、sorry, Ian, so you would like to say, does it impact your game or do you need it? Should you have it? Should you be realist? Or can you just rephrase your question?
Sure, yeah. I guess my intention was to sort of leave it quite open-ended, so for
Okay.
Sensei
So
to
the role
say
of
whatever he would like to
optimism
about this topic. Yeah.
In game calculation?
In shogi.
In shogi.
In playing shogi, yeah. Anything
この
about that
オ
would
プティ
be
ミズムの将棋の中の役割は先生にとって何ですか？ちょっとっていう広いな質問が来ましたんですけど。
あ、広いな質問。
はい
将棋の役割。
この、how to, again, what's the optimism? はい。
So I might need to rephrase a
If
little
you
bit. So
could, yes.
how I interpreted it is that 楽観的思考が将棋の指し回しとか考え方とかに何か影響を与えるものであるかと。
楽観。
うん、そうそ
将棋指すときに楽観
う。それはいいことなのか。
的な方が、あ、いい言葉なのか、ね。
もろ刃の剣なのかと。
そうですね、それ人によりますけど、でも楽観してる方が勝ちやすいと思います。
確かに。
ちょっと将棋苦しくても実際はもう自分の方が優勢と思ってやっていった方がやっぱり相手の態度を見ますから自分がもしかしたら不利なんじゃないかなと思うこともありますので、うん。
See, should I move forward with the translation?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So I think Segan Sensei mentioned that being optimistic about the game sometimes helps you in a way that, let's say, even when you were losing the game or you were in a slightly disadvantaged position, that it would allow you to keep your hope and sometimes even think about maybe perhaps you were actually in a slightly advantageous position when it's not. But just by being positive, it helps you with playing our game and in a better shape.
I see. Sensei, ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございました。
Yeah, thank you, Hatu, for translating. Sorry, that was a difficult question.
Sorry for stepping in. Yeah.
最後の質問がちょっと難しい。I'm not sure if the question can be answered, so there's an answer is fine, but if there's general rule of thumb, how to deal with reckless attacks. Attacks that end in bad position but look scary for the side.
Basically, how to punish
the murizeme, yeah?
correctly. Personally, I like tips on that too. most of the time, because I don't know modern Joseki or up-to-date Joseki,
Oh.
there's one or two moves that looks like, oh, what's this?
Oh.
And then, oh, I should have punished
good.
that maybe 3 moves ago.
具体的ではないんですけど、なんか例えば無理攻めがあった時とか、相手が定石知らないので、この無理攻めをやるとか、こんな状況でどうすればいいですかね。
無理攻めを
そうですね。
するってことですかね。
無理攻めを止める、それか受けるか、どうすればいいですかね。はい。
受け止めるっていうよりは、どうやって対処すればいいと、対処の仕方について質問していると考えています、自分は。
はい。
どうやって見抜いて、対応すればいいのかと。
なんか難しい質問。答えがなければ大丈
夫。そうですね。やっぱりでも、実戦で指してるときは、無理攻めかどうかってわからないですから、無理攻めそうかな。
Sorry.
実はつながってるっていうか、攻めになってるときもあれば、
確かに。
攻め込まれてると思っても無理攻めのときもあるので、
まあそれがいい質問、答えじゃないですか。
ただ攻めないとこれは無理攻めだなって決めつけるのは良くないですね。で受け切れるはずだっつって受け切れないことはいくらでもあるので、なのでやっぱり対局中はいつもフラットというか、その局面でやっぱ最善を考えた方がいいかなと。その相手を舐めるというか、無理攻めだろうなとか思うと逆にいい手が見えづらくなるように僕は思っているので、確か
に、
無理攻めかどうか後で感想戦とかで、考えることで、対局中はやっぱりそうですね、その局面のベストで相手を軽く見ないでということが大事かなと思います。
また感動した。はい、so Melkor, basically during the game you have no clarity whenever it's a murizeme, which is impossible attack, or what you said, reckless attack. So it's better that you approach each position with like as an actual attack, and you don't think lowly of your opponent, that you think of it seriously and approach it seriously. And you can always like judge the position to be a reckless attack after the game. You always should do your best during the game, because you never know. The attack may look reckless, but actually it connects. Shogi is a very difficult game after all.
I mean, the trap is you think that attack is seriously, so you let's say it's a pawn sacrifice, which you don't have to take, but if you take, you end up worse because it opens up space.
Yeah, but again, it's you have to just read it out, and you have to assume that's a real intention. You don't know it at that moment that it's reckless attack. Your opponent may not know it's a reckless attack. Maybe you will find out that it actually was or not. But you have to play the game out to know that, Shogi is such a game. The decision is made at the moment of the checkmate,
Okay, just play.
Play
so
it out.
Basically what I'm doing in 2-minute games.
Play it out. すいません。はい、最後の質問でした。それで。
Thank you very much.
Thank you everyone
ありがとうございました。
for joining our event. Thank you, Nimyu and Ion for commenting. 先生も大変、本当にありがとうございました。Thank you everyone for watching. I will see you guys on Shogi Harbour server, and if you'd like to join TTSeries number 9, remember the registration is until hello Leo, until next Friday, and my son is really recommending you that you join, Leo?
It's open until we extend it
again.
Yeah,
Shogi is fun, That's good. Hi. So thank you very much. Bye bye, everyone. Bye bye.